I'm Chris.
And I'm Rachel.
And we are out at the Elmvale Jungle Zoo today.
Yes, exotic animals this time.
Exotic animals. I didn't bring my snake hook because there's no way we're going to get to catch a snake, but there is a snake show right over here later on. All kinds of animals people get to see up close.
I love the big tortoise.
The big tortoise, Dante, he is very cool.
Yes.
You're going to notice that I know a lot about the zoo. That's because I've spent a great deal of my life here. This is a lot of fun. So hopefully you're going to learn as much as we have over the years we've been coming here.
How's my girl? Such a good baby. Yes, you are.
Hi, Suni.
Suni kisses. Oh, look.
This little girl was born here at the zoo 2 years ago.
Suni.
She started out as kind of a almost hairless, tiny little baby, and now she's turned into this full-grown acrobat.
And now she's this flying hairball Wallenza.
Gibbons, one of the great things about gibbons is they're the only animal with a ball socket joint in their wrist. So when she's hanging on or swinging, boys and girls, they will actually swing and turn 180 degrees, and that allows them more mobility than we could. We hang and we turn, our wrists would break. Not gibbons. They can swing, turn in midair, and they can actually cover 30 feet in a swing. Sometimes that's up to 100 feet in the air while they're going through the treetops. They're not really big fans of walking on the ground. Their feet and their ankles aren't designed for walking on the ground. And these are strictly vegetarians. Some apes will actually eat meat. And that's it. They're just gorgeous to look at.
They are
All right,
beautiful.
let's go see what else we can find at the zoo. We made it to the red kangaroo exhibit.
It wasn't very far. It was just.
I'm surprised we made it that far.
I am too.
Single bound.
It's getting warmer.
30 feet. That's what a kangaroo can do, 30 feet in a single bound. It took us a few bounds to get over here. It was still 30 feet, but a few bounds. What a kangaroo will do, even though it doesn't have great big front arms, when it reaches out with those claws, they will reach out, grab, pull it in, and then use their feet to kick the animal and rip them apart.
I would get you probably right in the gut.
That's what they want. Now we'll move on to, I think, the giraffes. But there's several stops along the way, so who knows where we're going to end up next.
Giraffes are my favorite. Almost, next to all the other animals.
It's hard to pick a favorite. Now these are rheas. There's actually the regular color, which is the gray and the black, and then you've got albinos with, well, they're not really albinos because then they'd have red eyes. These ones have gorgeous blue eyes, like somebody that hosts a great show. Oh, that'd be me.
You do have beautiful blue eyes.
I do, but I don't have feathers.
It's like swimming in azure pond.
Although if I had feathers like these birds, they can't fly either. These ones have actually bred at the zoo, and they certainly go through the breeding behaviors. And they're just like regular birds. They'll lay an egg, only these eggs are quite large. Not as big as the ostrich egg, which is the largest in the world, but they're pretty impressive considering you have to get a bird that is going to be up to 6 feet tall. When this one stretches out its neck, you've got a 3 foot, 3.5 foot body height, and then another 2.5 foot on the neck when they stretch out. And they're fruit and vegetable eaters. That's it. Very easy.
They have a definite pecking order. Like
Oh, yeah.
literally.
There's a
pecking
boss in
order.
here.
I'm trying to figure out which one it is.
It's not that one.
No.
It's probably this one here, the white one.
That's what I'm thinking. Because you're a bit of a jerk to the other birds.
If you want to be the boss, you gotta be
You
a
gotta
bit
be
of
a
a
jerk.
jerk.
Yeah.
You remember that when I yell at you for doing something wrong later.
You yell at me all the time, though.
Well, maybe that says you do something wrong all the time. Most birds can actually fluff up their feathers to cool themselves down. You'll see that some of the feathers are actually coming out.
Yeah.
They'll molt like regular birds. The feathers can come out as new ones grow in, and they're extremely light, but they are feathers, and they're made from the same material as fingernails, but they're not able to fly. They just don't have the muscle in their wings and their arms.
So they traded wings for legs.
If you can make others believe that you're the biggest, then technically you're the biggest.
You're the biggest. It's all a matter of perception.
There we go. Look at that. He's even fluffing up the ones on his neck and his legs.
Yep.
Show off.
Look how big I am. Ladies,
He's a boy.
Yep.
Boys put all the work into the show.
They actually collect stones and give them to each other. You can see them in the corner here.
Presenting gifts to the
Presenting
females.
gifts.
They have to build a nest.
Presents. Hey, look at this big rock. It's like humans. We give a chick a big rock. He gives a chick a rock. It's all good. I guess most people wouldn't like to be called chicks.
These ones are chicks.
These are chicks.
All right, we're almost at the giraffes. Let's keep moving.
Okay.
Try not to get distracted by these cool-looking little
Llamas.
llamas and alpacas.
I know.
Oh,
I
this
brought
one's
you a
even got
strawberry
shaved
earlier.
for the summer.
There's nothing quite like the feel of a shorn llama.
These are one of the animals that they can use in South America they'll actually use them for moving materials if they're up in the trails.
I love
they
your
can
mullet.
handle really cold temperatures, and they'll shear off the wool and use them for blankets and coats. And they're easy to feed. They can live off of even short grass as well. If you're up in the Andes, you don't have tall grasses that are really nutritional, so they'll just eat this stuff here.
They're very protective of their group too, aren't they?
They can. There's actually farmers that will use them to protect their flocks.
Oh, flocks of sheep?
Flocks of sheep.
Yeah. Hey, you.
And they didn't pick them because of their attractive teeth. All right, let's get back on track for the giraffes.
Okay. These are eclectus parrots, and what I find particularly interesting about these birds is that normally the duller colored green bird would be the female, and the more brightly colored is the male. But in this particular case, the green one is the male, and the jazzy, flashy, hey baby, look at me bird is the female. And the male is right now busily collecting some sticks to show off for his lady friend. And he may make a nest for her, he may not. He might be just showing off that, hey, look how strong I am, bringing this big log up to you. But they're so smart and so neat.
On our way to the giraffes, we stopped by and we've got the camel exhibit. Now there's two types of camels really. You've got the one hump and the two hump. The one hump is a dromedary camel. Easy to remember. Two hump camels are the Bactrian camels. If you remember B for Bactrian, as in bivalve, as in two, that's an easy way to remember. B is two, A-B, two humps. That's the best way to remember.
We're back with more out and about, and we finally made it to the giraffes. And woo, it's a heck of a neck.
Now. I have his attention. When you come in, you can get food for the giraffes. Everybody gets the banana peel and the banana, and they feed the banana to animals, but they forget about the peel. If you're an animal like this,
They find it very appealing.
yes, they do.
Yeah.
Now, because they don't have fingers or hands, they have to eat the entire banana normally in the wild, the banana and the peel. There are a lot of nutrients right inside the banana peel.
They have a tongue that put Gene Simmons to shame.
Look at that.
You want some more?
16 feet tall. At the zoo, they've only got boys here. Everybody gets along. They've got it all worked out for a pecking order. But if you put a girl in here, everything changes. That adorable giant head all of a sudden becomes a 40-pound mallet, and they start bashing each other, and it is actually very dangerous for smaller giraffes as soon as there's a girl around.
And it's called necking. It doesn't have the, the sexy connotations.
They'll wrap their necks around each other and then bash their heads together. That's a boy thing. That's what they do. And when they're born, the females will give birth standing up. The babies will fall 6 feet out, straight to the ground, splat. Welcome to the world. Now get up and start moving. A giraffe like this big boy here, or even a large female.
His hoof was the size of my head.
And when it kicks out, it would crush the skull of a lion that was trying to take it down.
I wouldn't find that appealing at all. It would be cute up until about here, and then it would be scary, and then I wouldn't think anything.
All hoofy, you wouldn't think anything because your skull would be crushed. That would be it. They have eyelids with great big long eyelashes, and they will use that because they're in Africa, not in the wooded parts normally, they're in the desert. So they will actually use that to filter out the sand, much like a camel, and will actually protect their giant eyeballs.
Maybe it's natural, and maybe it's Maybelline.
And when a giraffe runs, they have to actually swing their head from side to side because they don't see well in front of them. So when they do this and they're running, and they run very fast, they swing their head so they don't run into big trees. They'll run over small trees. They don't care so much about those. But if they trip and they go down, they're in trouble.
Doing what cats do best.
These two cats are Siberian lynx. They can handle temperatures really, really cold. When it's warm like today, that's what they're doing. Like a house cat, they'll just stretch out, helps them cool down. No point in hunting when it's too hot. You'll just never get enough energy to keep you going. At the zoo, they don't have to worry about food. They're guaranteed food, so they get a nice healthy weight, so they're never hungry when they're hunting.
Guaranteed food, guaranteed water, guaranteed attention from everybody. Oh, big stretches. Look at those big old bath mat feet.
And you saw the claws pop out at the back.
Oh, yeah.
These ones will run down hares, small deer. For a smaller cat, they're pretty good hunters. They're very impressive. And the fact they can do it in minus 30-degree weather, they got us beat.
They're not, well, we're what, 3 times the size of a house cat?
We are or they are?
Well, I'm pretty pitiful myself, but these guys are about, what, 3 times?
These cats are about the size of a Labrador retriever when they're full grown. They've got really long legs for a cat, sort of like a cheetah, but they've got a heavier body, and the thick coat just gives them a solid build. When they're hunting, they get down really, really low, and they've got solid power in those back legs to push them out like a spring.
There's only 2, right? There isn't a third one around here somewhere?
We've only got the 2.
Okay, because I was afraid there might have been a missing lynx.
Oh, there's something missing here. There is something missing. I'm not sure what it is yet. It might be my sense of humor.
I'm going to go with sense of humor, because that was good. Even though this is a zoo and it's usually known for its exotic species, there's actually quite a few domestic species here as well, such as rabbits, which are one of the species that I raised this spring, and I actually released in this very spot. And kind of flashing back to those good old memories. Okay, we're here at the Elmvale Jungle Zoo, and about 4 weeks ago I received a phone call from some concerned citizens who had gotten some baby cottontail bunnies. And what they had done was they were out at their farm and they had a backhoe that went in to scrape out the mulch pile to go and do some planting, and a bunch of baby bunnies fell out of that pile. So they weren't able to re-release them back into their nest because the nest had been destroyed and they were way too young to be released. While we're here at the Elmvale Jungle Zoo, we have right here a list of all of the animals that they have, including cottontail rabbits, and there's about to be 3 more added to that list. So let's see how they do. This is pretty big for me because I've gotten pretty attached to these little guys. Are you gonna jump out or are you just gonna sit there? This is a little guy. He's always the first one to jump out. He had the biggest stomach of the bunch. This is Chubba-Dub. Hello, Chubba-Dub. And this is Roly. And there goes little guy. Bye, little guy. Are you ready to go? We're going to let these guys go on their own time so that they relax a bit. They're not used to being outside yet. Come on. I can't believe I'm letting these guys go. Come on, Chub. It's okay. We'll let them go wherever they want. So we have little guy sitting over here. He's always been the smartest. He always goes and hides. Chub-a-dub, he'll just eat whatever he can find. And Rolly's always been kind of adventurous. He'll just go where nobody else will. Right, Rolly? They'll end up finding themselves some girlfriends because they're all boys. And they'll make some more Chub-a-dubs, Rollies, and little guys. That's about it. These guys are off on their own and ready to take on the world. I'm really going to miss these guys. I'm really hoping they're doing well out there. I hope actually by now that they have families of their own. Maybe I have some grand bunnies out there. I'll never know. They never write. I don't know. Welcome back, and we're back here at the lion cage now. For the average person who comes into the zoo here and sees the lion, he's pretty much going to be like this all the time. He's going to be laying there like a big lump, not really doing a whole lot. This is what lions do. He may get up a little bit and check you out, the average lion. But when Chris shows up, this lion turns into a rather nasty fellow. He looks like he's being cute and sweet, but he is not.
Hello, buddy. How's it
Chris's
going?
voice sets this guy off every single time.
Hello. You
He sees
remember me,
Chris
huh?
as a rival
Is that
for
your
his
girl over there?
beautiful girlfriend who's splayed out her legs in a very sexy kind of way. And our lion friend is feeling just a little intimidated by Chris's beautiful, handsome mane of hair that he has going on. And it sounds like he's purring, but he's not. He would tear Chris to pieces if he had a chance.
He's got that noise in there. It's a low rumbling. You can actually feel it while you're standing outside the enclosure. He'll start rubbing on the fence as well. And right now, it's all intimidation. He wants me to know that he is the boss.
It looks
because
cute.
You've got the girl right over there. When she goes into heat, he'll breed with her sometimes 20 times a day, and she will give birth to 1, 2, sometimes 4 cubs at a time, 110 to 112 days later. They can live to be 30 years old in captivity, but in the wild, only 2 out of every 10 of the lions born even survive to be adults.
This is more like a growl from a lion. Lions are one of the only cat species that actually can't purr. So when you're hearing it on The Lion King, they've got some pretty little kitty doing a voiceover for that one.
There he goes.
He looks like he's being a cuddly little house cat. Oh, look at me, cuddle me, put your arm in my cage, I'll eat you.
This fellow was born in captivity as well. He had babies last year, and they've gone to different zoos all over the province. So you might see some of his babies all over Ontario. And now that the summer is here, the coat is actually coming out because he has his winter mane in, and it looks like dreads that are coming through there. So that fur will actually start to fall off, loosen up. There'll be patches of the hair coming off as well.
And his mane will just get bigger and fluffier and fuller and thicker. It's like he'll be in a Pantene ad. Where are we gonna head now?
I think now we'll go back to the goats.
Yay!
All right.
I get to get mauled by goats.
I'll see you later.
Yeah. Suddenly we're in the Lion King.
Mandrill country.
Mandrill country. This guy is one big bruiser. Holy cow.
These mandrills are another member of the almost ape family. They're about as close as you can get to being an ape without actually being an ape, because see, it has a tail.
It is showing off a very colorful butt right now. Why is its butt so colorful?
Well, it's sort of a display. It's not quite as impressive as the females. Female monkeys, when they go into heat to advertise that they're available for breeding, the rumps will actually engorge and the colors will come out and they'll swell up. We call it the J-Lo effect. And the male monkeys can see them from...
Really? Is that the scientific word for it?
That's what I call it.
Okay.
I say we, the monkeys, and I call it the J-Lo effect. And this one is a large dominant male who came in from another zoo, and we are still looking for a female to breed with him. It's tricky business breeding these ones because he's such a strong male and he has this territory. It's going to be very difficult to find a female because they're so rare that another zoo would be willing to trade to get in here for breeding. So if somebody out there has a female mandrill and they're looking to breed, contact the zoo, see what we can do, set something up.
Who's going to top this guy?
Maybe 2 or 3 females?
No, I mean the next animal we're going to see.
Oh, I'm not sure. What are we going to go to? We're coming around the far side. Oh, you know what? Let's stop over here and we'll take a look at some more native animals.
These bald eagles are here because they've sustained some kind of injury. They've been brought here by the Ministry of Natural Resources, and this is where they'll spend their entire lives. So they get a great meal. They've got pretty natural looking enclosure here with all kinds of trees and shrubbery, and if they can fly, if they can have like even a short hop, there's all kinds of branches for them to go to. I think it's a pretty mighty fine looking cage.
Even if they picked the bald eagle for the American national symbol, they were discussing another bird.
The turkey.
The turkey.
Benjamin Franklin actually wanted it to be the turkey. Why is that? Because it's the only bird species found only in North America that they were considering.
Yep. Americans wanted to be unique.
Bald eagles you can find, they're a dime a dozen. You go over to Europe, you go to Russia, bald eagles everywhere. Turkeys, North America.
It was a tough sell. The early Americans did not want to accept the turkey as their national
It would be
bird.
difficult to see a turkey with the, with the arrows clutched in its talons. Probably not quite as impressive. Here's Benjamin Franklin's preferred bird, the turkey. This is the bronze turkey found only in North America, naturally, of course. I'm sure there are some zoos out there that have turkeys on display. The males now, they have that fleshy protuberance over top of their beak. That's actually called a wattle, and that'll inflate and deflate and flap around, and for some reason the ladies find that very attractive. And underneath on their chest you'll see what looks like, kind of like a horsehair beard. That is what they call it, is a beard. And the bigger and longer it is, the older and more, sexually desirable that bird is, because it has lived to be older and is therefore more virile, has better genetics. So that's what the ladies are looking for in their male turkey friends. And we're at the goats!
We had a lot of fun out at the Elmvale Jungle Zoo today. And, well, we ended up at the goats. We're still having fun.
I love these goats. Hi, guys.
And as long as you have food, they're going to love you too. Thanks for joining us on Out and About in Simcoe County.
We'll see you next time.
If we make it out of the goats.
Yes.
There you go, guys.
Oh. Hey, how you doing?